Going home, critters. Stopping by the bee shop, aren't you? Seeing what old Steve-O's up to. Here's what I'm up to. Taking this ugly wood right here, and I'm gluing it up. Okay. Glued those up yesterday. This is the ugly side. We'll just call it the Whoopi Goldberg ugly side. And then this is the side that goes into the nice sweet little girls inside the beehive, the smooth side. The reason we want that is because we're going to be laying frames up against this wall. We don't want any crazy burr comb. If you had these on this side, you'd be getting all kind of craziness going on. So yeah, I went down to Harbor Freight, picked up some more clamps, another 8 clamps, and so I've had 6. Anyway, I cut up a bunch of material yesterday. Me and my boy cut up a bunch of stuff. I got ends. That go in there. These ends are 7.5 inches. But you've got to glue. This material comes to me at 5.5 inches. So what we did, we buzzed off the half. Usually that side's got an ugly side anyway. Buzzed that off. Put the good side of the lumber up against the fence and buzzed that 1/2 inch off. That made it 5 inches. Then we butchered another out of the same stock 2-inch piece. That gets glued on right here. That gives you a 7-inch height of your box, like so. Okay. So I've got enough for 15 more nukes here, and what I was wanting to show you just was a little quick deal what I'm doing to glue these up. Take yourself a Sawzall blade, you know, one of the metal cutting jobs, and just sandwich it up between, get you some carriage bolts and just sandwich it up in between a couple of strips here of wood. That's all, and leave a little bit hanging out. What you're going to do is come up here on the top of this thing and you're going to scar it up. That's it. Very quick. Wear gloves with this material. I don't have them on at the moment. This stuff will, you can get some nasty splinters with it. So I've got that side done. Reach over here and get one of these 2-inch pieces. You see it's got an ugly side and a good side. So I'm going to put, this has got a narrower side too, because these are cut off of logs that are just, you can see how the log radius, just crap lumber basically, but it's good pine. Good pine lumber. This is, you can make all these frames and stuff with this lumber. Beautiful frames. Nothing wrong. I got to put end bars on them yet. Or bottom bars rather. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing here. So what you're going to want to do is keep this ugly side on the bad side, outside the hive. So that will go here like so. You don't really care what it looks like on the outside, okay? So, and I want a good milled surface looking up. This will be at the bottom of the hive, but it's going to go onto a bottom board. So I want that good. Now, if you're a little variance here on this surface, it don't matter because you're going to glue this up with Bondtite. So what you want to do is scar this baby. Both pieces that you are doing, scar it. That way that glue gets down in there. All right. Now, Bondtite 3, weatherproof glue. Put a nice gob on there, like so. This is the outside because it's the bad side. This is the outside because it's got the groove in it. You set that on top. All right, set that on top. Come in, feel with your fingers, and get the back side. Get the back side nice and flush, because this is the interior of the hive right here. Interior. Get that right. feel with your fingers, get the ends correct. Take your nice Harbor Freight clamp, run it right down here, tighten her up. Just kind of halfway snug it. You might want to bump it around with a hammer one way or the other, see? Bring your other clamp in, tighten her up. Now you can hold this and really tighten it down good. Over here the same. Okay, now you've got glue oozing out all over the place. Reach in here in your little water bucket and get a terry towel in here. And wipe off this excess glue. Off the bench, off everything, off the wood. You can see it's oozed out down here. Get all that cleaned off. Nothing to this, guys. There it is. She's glued up outside of the wall of the hive. Come over here. Stack them up. They're going to sit here for 24 hours. Oh, look at this. Finished box. I got all my goodies in there. Ready to rock and roll. And the other thing you want to do with your gloves, get you another Harbor Freight clamp and put here on the outside and hang your gloves. Don't throw the gloves in there. They're gonna have honey on them. They're gonna have all kind of crap on. Clamp them to the outside. And what do we have here, folks? Oh boy. Hibiscus tea with Damiana stinging nettle in there. Excellent. Better than Jim Beam, I guarantee it. It's just a quickie video, show you what I'm doing with these boxes. I've got to go through all these. These get glued up, those get glued up. But yeah, got enough yesterday, about 2 hours. We burnt up all this wood for 15 hives in about 2 hours, knocked it out. So now I got, you know, a week's worth of here. If I had more clamps, of course, this thing could be knocked out in a day easily. So. All right, catch you all later. Build some boxes, make some bees, be happy. Bye-bye. Hey guys, had a couple of my starter colonies. They were weak. Really pushed them too early, I think. And my resources didn't have quite as much resources as I wanted in there. But anyway, Varroa mites, I think, got them pretty heavy. And then because I had that count, as you recall, was up kind of high. And anyway, so there's 2 nooks that died here, 2 5-framers. So what I've done is put this box right here on top of a fire ant nest. A pretty good colony of fire ants under here. I was going to knock them out with some Amdro. And then I thought, no, let's utilize them. They're another species that's been brought in. It accidentally got into this state, along with umpteen cajillion other invasive species, and states, of course, trying to spend a fortune trying to knock them out. They'll never do it. It's just a waste of tax dollars. I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather have good roads and bridges than playing around with fire ants. But here, you know, I use the tanglefoot around the pipes to keep them off and the big carpenter ants, because these things will knock out beehives pretty good too. But now I'm going to utilize nature to take out nature, okay? We're going to take one invasive species to knock out another invasive species. So they're in here, they're swimming around. I've seen the hive beetle larvae in here. I've got some frames in here. They're not all slimed, but there's some slimy ones. These bees are coming in from my hives over here, and they're licking up what they can. They smell this wax. I set up this little tent here. I've got some fiberglass rods here, fence rods, and I've set them up just to kind of prop this tent up, temporary tent. I've got some concrete weights here that I can use tonight to keep it on, so keep the wind from blowing the tarp off. But I'm just going to leave these here for a few days, and this fire ants are going to come up through this and completely strip out all that. They will probably lick up, my guess is, lick up all the sliming off of these frames. They will eat that. All of those larvae, they will come in, attack those, take them down for mama to eat. They're going to have those for lunch, and that's nice. So that's what we're going to do here. I'll give you a little report on this after. They're not going to eat this wax. The only thing I'm concerned with here is my little tent gets too hot, but I'm leaving it open here. It shouldn't get too hot in here today. The sun's coming from this direction over here, so. And let the bees clean it up, and then we're going to let the fire ants clean this mess up. And I think I can go right back in the hives with these. Just a lot of drone comb on that thing there, not too much. Here's a brand new one they were just drawing out when this thing got attacked. So anyway, I'm just letting them clean them up and work with nature. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Be happy.